Tippmann M4, small gas blowback, little PGW stock. Alright, so there was the function test of the gun. Stock's going to have an adjustment all the way out here. It's going to have one more, which is going to be all the way in. There's no modification necessary to the body. It fits right on it. I bought a gas blowback stock for a Western Arms kit. I'll put the link in the description below. Let me just show you what I ended up doing to get it to run. I ended up buying two things. One was the stock. The second was I bought the Angry Gun recoil kit, the heavy buffer recoil kit for the gas blowback. That's what's in the gun at the current moment in time. Let me show you what that all looks like. So here's the first piece of it, and the second. So here's what the actual buffer looks like. It does come with a spring as well that goes in the back here. I just removed that. This is the spring that will come with the kit. You'll get one with the stock, and you'd get one with the actual heavy recoil kit. I know the spring is not like the Tippmann. You might be able to go out there and find a different spring, but as of right now, the spring's running fine. I'm about 3,000 rounds in. No other more wear and tear than normal than what I already saw. What's something that's neat about this is everyone's used to shimming with quarters if you ran the MFR bolt or the heavy bolt, or if you ran instead of designed super bolt. I know they made theirs actually more like the original Tippmann bolt, but for those of you that are similar to the MFR and you're doing shimming to kind of stop overstroke, what was kind of neat about this is there's a little screw here in the front. Hopefully you can see it. And you can kind of loosen it or tighten it, and once it's loose, you can adjust as said. So you can kind of adjust the actual overall length of it if you needed to. Mine didn't need very much. Give or take the same spot. I'll mess with it later. Just a quick thing just to show you guys for other options out there you guys can tinker with. What I also did was ended up throwing just a generic spacer. Everyone's seen them. Tippmann sells them. KP sells them. Just a spacer. I just threw in the back of the buffer tube just to help get some length. Now, as far as the installation of the buffer tube, put that off to the side. Very straightforward. It's a little on the tight side now. There we go. Literally just threads right onto your buffer tube. This is not rocket science by any means. If you've never taken your buffer tube off before, just watch it. You're gonna have your your detent spring right there. So watch that. Other than that, this is what it's gonna end up being. Very simple, straightforward. As I said earlier, I just dropped that in there. I bought the heavy recoil bolt, or heavy recoil buffer for a gas blowback, and the stock is for a Western Arms. Everything fits just fine. There was no modifications necessary to the back here. Absolutely nothing. It just goes right on the gun. That made for a pretty easy install. Just kind of push it on a little bit to make sure the spring stays pressed in, and just screw it in. Some people were having issues. When I first put my heavy bolt in, I ended up taking my buffer tube off. Some people didn't understand why or were confused. I know you can take the trigger group out. I did it so I can push the buffer tube as far in towards it as possible, towards the lower receiver. Try to see if you can show this on the camera or not. Other than that, if you can see it in there, this pretty much comes exactly flush with it. I mean, I couldn't ask for any more on that if I wanted to. Other than that, that's really it. The gun functions. It says it's got about 3,000 rounds on it so far. I'm going to probably in the near future look for maybe a different type of a spring, maybe a little stronger. Not that it's not strong, it's just a little bit more, it's a little different than the stock spring, but it seems to be holding up just fine. The gun holds a steady rate of fire, as you saw. That was the max that I could adjust it with how I have it set up. So if you're looking for a little more higher speed, then that might not be the option for you. Other than that, I hope the rest of you guys on the forum take this and roll with it and maybe develop something, see wherever it goes. Other than that, the links will be in the description below. I probably spent roughly, give or take, with shipping $200 US for both pieces, the stock and this. So I don't really think it's a bad deal. It's up to you if you really want to run it or not. Other than that, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, put them in the comments below or find me on the Facebook page. Have a good one.